If you'd like to improve your English listening skills with them every week, you can subscribe to the channel. Now, if you're ready, let's get started with our lesson, Emily's Busy Weekend. Hello everyone, my name is Emily. I am 23 years old, and I live in a beautiful town near the sea. Today I want to tell you about my weekend because weekends are my favorite days of the week. During the week, I work very hard, so on weekends I like relaxing, meeting friends, and doing fun activities. On Saturday morning, I usually wake up at 8 o'clock. I do not like waking up early on weekends because I want to rest more. First, I stay in bed for a few minutes and check my phone. I look at messages from my friends and sometimes watch funny videos. After that, I get up and go to the bathroom. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and take a shower. Then I go to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. My favorite breakfast is pancakes with honey and fruit. Sometimes I also make eggs and drink tea. My younger sister Anna usually wakes up later than me. She loves sleeping. When she comes to the kitchen, she always says, "Good morning," with a sleepy face. We laugh together and eat breakfast. After breakfast, I clean my room. My room gets messy very quickly because I have many books, clothes, and small decorations. I like listening to music while cleaning. Pop music gives me energy. At around 11 o'clock, I leave home and meet my best friend Olivia. She lives close to my house, so we often walk together around the town. Sometimes we go shopping. Olivia loves buying clothes, but I prefer buying books or small gifts. Last Saturday, we went to a big shopping mall. The mall was very crowded because many people were there for the weekend. First, we visited a clothing store. Olivia bought a blue dress and white shoes. I did not buy clothes because I want to save money for my summer holiday. Then we went to a bookstore. I spent almost 1 hour there because I love reading. I bought a mystery novel and a small English learning book. I want to improve my English, so I try to read simple English stories every day. At 1 o'clock, we started feeling hungry, so we went to a restaurant inside the mall. Olivia ordered pizza, and I ordered chicken with rice. We also drank cold lemonade because the weather was warm. While eating, we talked about our lives, work, and future dreams. Olivia wants to become a teacher one day. She loves children and enjoys helping people learn new things. I want to become a graphic designer because I enjoy art and computers. After lunch, we watched a movie at the cinema. The movie was very funny, and the actors were excellent. Many people in the cinema laughed loudly during the movie. We ate popcorn and shared chocolate. When the movie finished, it was already evening. We walked outside and saw a beautiful sunset near the sea. The sky was orange, pink, and purple. We took many photos together. At 7 o'clock, I returned home. My parents were preparing dinner in the kitchen. My father was cooking fish, and my mother was making salad. My grandmother was also visiting us that evening. During dinner, my grandmother told old stories about her childhood. She grew up in a small village and did not have computers or smartphones. She said life was simpler but sometimes more difficult. After dinner, we drank tea together in the living room. My grandmother loves tea very much. We talked, laughed, and watched a quiz show on television. Later at night, I went to my room and called my cousin who lives in another city. We talked for almost 1 hour. She told me about her university life and her new friends. Before sleeping, I read a few pages from my new mystery book. The story was exciting, so I wanted to continue reading, but I felt very tired. I finally went to bed at midnight. On Sunday morning, I woke up later than usual because I was tired from Saturday. My mother prepared a big family breakfast. We ate cheese, olives, tomatoes, bread, eggs, and jam. After breakfast, my father asked me to help wash the car. At first, I did not want to do it because I felt lazy, but later it became fun. My little brother sprayed water everywhere and made us laugh. In the afternoon, we visited my aunt and uncle. They live in a quiet neighborhood with a large garden. Their dog Max always becomes excited when guests arrive. He runs around the garden and jumps happily. My aunt prepared delicious cake and coffee for us. We sat in the garden because the weather was sunny and pleasant. Birds were singing in the trees, and everything felt peaceful. My cousins wanted to play volleyball, so we all went outside together. I am not very good at volleyball, but I enjoy playing with my family. In the evening, We returned home. I took a shower, prepared my clothes for Monday, and checked my work emails. I felt a little sad because the weekend was ending. Before going to sleep, I listened to soft music and thought about my next weekend. Even simple weekends can become special when you spend time with people you love. Thank you for listening to my story.
A long day at Green Hill Hotel. Hello, my name is Daniel. I am 24 years old, and I work at a hotel called Green Hill Hotel. The hotel is near the beach, and many tourists visit every year. Today I want to tell you about one very busy day at the hotel. Last Friday, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I had an early shift at work. I was very tired because I slept late the night before. I quickly got out of bed, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and made coffee. While drinking coffee, I looked outside my window. The weather was cloudy, and it looked like rain was coming. I checked my phone and saw a message from my manager. She wrote, "Please come early today. We are very busy." I felt a little nervous because busy days at the hotel are sometimes difficult. Still, I finished my breakfast, put on my uniform, and left home. Usually, I take the bus to work, but that morning the bus was late. Many people were waiting at the bus stop, and everyone looked impatient. After 15 minutes, the bus finally arrived. The traffic was terrible because of the rain. Cars moved very slowly, and some people on the bus complained loudly. I listened to music and tried to relax. I arrived at the hotel at 7:45. The hotel lobby was already full of people. Some guests were checking out, and new guests were arriving. My manager, Mrs. Taylor, looked stressed. She quickly gave me my tasks for the morning. First, I needed to help guests carry their luggage. Then I had to answer phone calls at the reception desk. The first guest I helped was an old man from Canada. He was very friendly, but spoke very quickly. Sometimes I could not understand him clearly, but I smiled and tried my best. He asked me many questions about the city. He wanted to know where he could eat good seafood and visit interesting places. I recommended a famous restaurant near the beach and a beautiful museum in the city center. After that, a family with 3 children arrived. The children were running around the lobby and making a lot of noise. Their parents looked exhausted after traveling all day. One little boy dropped his ice cream on the floor and started crying loudly. His mother apologized many times, but I told her it was okay. A cleaner came quickly and cleaned the floor. At 10 o'clock, the hotel restaurant became crowded. Some guests wanted breakfast, while others asked for coffee or tea. One waiter was sick that day, so everyone had extra work. I helped carry plates and glasses to the tables. I was not a restaurant worker, but during busy days everyone helped each other. Around noon, a tourist from Germany lost her passport. She looked very worried and almost started crying. She asked me for help because she did not know what to do. We searched the lobby, restaurant, and reception area together. Finally, we found the passport under a chair in the cafe area. The woman smiled with relief and thanked me many times. Later that afternoon, the rain stopped and the sun came out. Many guests wanted to go outside and visit the beach. The hotel suddenly became quieter. At 2 o'clock, I finally had my lunch break. I sat outside near the garden with my coworker Emma. We both looked very tired. I ate a sandwich and drank orange juice. Emma ordered soup because the weather was still a little cold after the rain. While eating, we talked about our future plans. Emma wants to travel around Europe one day. She dreams about visiting Italy, Spain, and Greece. I told her that I want to improve my English and maybe work in another country in the future. She said my English was already getting much better. After lunch, we returned to work. A large group of tourists from Japan arrived at the hotel. They carried many suitcases and cameras. Some guests wanted rooms with sea views, but the hotel was almost full. A few people became angry because they did not get the rooms they wanted. One man complained loudly at the reception desk. He said his room was too small and too noisy. My manager stayed calm and politely offered him another room. Watching her speak with difficult guests taught me something important. Patience is very necessary when working with people. At 5 o'clock, I helped prepare a meeting room for a business event. We moved chairs, cleaned tables, and checked the microphones. The event started at 6. Many business people arrived wearing elegant clothes. They talked seriously about work while drinking coffee. One businessman accidentally spilled coffee on his white shirt. He looked embarrassed, but everyone laughed kindly. and the situation became less stressful. During the evening, live music started in the hotel restaurant. A young woman played the piano beautifully. Many guests sat quietly and listened to the music. I love moments like that because the hotel feels peaceful and warm. At 8 o'clock, I started feeling very tired. My feet hurt from walking all day, and my back was sore from carrying luggage. Still, there was more work to do. A guest called the reception desk because the television in his room was not working. Another guest asked for extra towels. Sometimes hotel work is difficult because problems happen all the time. But I also enjoy meeting people from different countries and hearing their stories. At 9:30, my shift finally ended. Before leaving, Mrs. Taylor thanked everyone for their hard work. She said the hotel had many happy guests that day because of our teamwork. Hearing those words made me feel proud. Outside, the air was cool and fresh after the rain. The streets were wet, and city lights reflected on the ground. I walked slowly to the bus stop. This time the bus arrived quickly, and luckily it was not crowded. While sitting by the window, I thought about my day. It was stressful, noisy, and tiring, but it was also interesting. Every day at the hotel is different. Some days are quiet, and some days are crazy. That is why I never feel bored at my job. When I arrived home, my mother was watching television in the living room. She asked me about my day, and I told her everything. She laughed when I talked about the crying child and the lost passport. I took a hot shower, changed into comfortable clothes, and made myself tea. Then I sat on my bed and watched videos on my phone. Before sleeping, I checked my schedule for the next day. Luckily, my next shift started later in the morning. I smiled happily because I could sleep longer. At midnight, I finally turned off the lights and closed my eyes. I felt exhausted, but also satisfied after a long and busy day. Thank you for listening to my story.